passion. Turbo spools the night and nights, soft thoughts in the flashing lights. Rev it up, feel the fire inside. Pistons scream as the limits collide. Dreams in the smoke from shifting gears.
Hello and happy new year to everybody. So bit of a problem, we had some technical issues, don't know what happened to my phone, and all my other backups completely deleted all the video that I had for War Maiden. Basically where she's at, she just needs a new battery now. I've almost got everything running, so that's basically where we're at with that. Instead today I'm going to film and post out the spotlights. For Bryn, as you can see here, if I can get them out before it's going to be so hard. That's lovely. So these are another set of Ridge Riders that we were sort of like when we put on the Tintin the RAV4. Exactly the same brand. We got these for $49 in the Boxing Day sale. So the reason these are going on, and there's a particular reason for that, and that is purely because I'm actually selling Tintin the RAV4. I wanted to do a lot more to him and get it to like where I could go off road and do adventures and sort of things, but we've ended up turning Supersport Chevworks into an actual business, so we need to get some funding behind us for a workshop, metal benders, tube dimplers, a whole multitude of to set up a whole nother workshop right next door here from this shed. It's going to go in there. The floor's going to be concreted. I've got $1,300 worth of tuning gear I've got to purchase. I've got the software, I just got to download. I've got to get the hardware. Now this hardware is, I can do on-road dyno tunes with it, so I don't need to actually hold up a dyno tuning place somewhere or go and get a workshop where somewhere like that is. So we can pretty much dyno tune, we can do that on the road, give you your specs, give you your power, your horsepower, your new meters of torque, all that. We can do a run in third gear, punch it, go up, let it wind down, and then there we go. You've got your dyno tune figures. So that sort of hardware is about $1,300 Australian at the moment, just probably a little bit more with the dyno tuning software. They hold on to that, and then probably they could make you pay for it every year, I'm not sure, but you know, it is what it is. This is the industry I want to get into, so everything costs, and that's just how it is. So Bryn's going to end up being my full-time car again, so that's fine. K's on it, whatever, I'm not worried. We will be doing our own services on there, so that's transmission, everything, but there will be no more going to MG unless it's a warranty issue. So everything that needs to get done will be getting done here in our shop, Supersport Chevworks. So I've been getting things and whatever to get myself organised for that. We're still making cold air intakes, we're still providing performance ignition coils. We've got a website now, supersportchevworks.com.au. Go check it out, it's live, it's all up there, explains everything that we're doing as a business, and yeah, that's pretty much where we're at going into 2026. So the videos on YouTube, they'll change a little bit. They're not going to be so focused on projects, they're more going to be focused on this is what we're doing as a business. So that this particular modification is getting done on this car, it's going to come from a business perspective. You'll see the workshop getting built, some pictures and hopefully some video when we've got it all in there. You'll see, you know, the concrete going in and doing that, and you'll see all those sorts of things, hopefully, fingers crossed, of us building up this workshop and getting ourselves up and running. So that's pretty much where we're at. We've outgrown this shed. It's too small. As you can see, it's way too small. So we've outgrown this shed. This is going to be my garden shed. Bike, warm aid and the bike's still been sitting here. So's the lawnmower. All the other things that I don't need. So there'll be things like all the rattle guns and tools and all that sort of stuff. All that's going to go into the workshop. It's going to have a proper shelving in there. It's going to have a proper workbench where we can put all the stuff that I need to do and where I need to work at all times. So yeah, the bias will probably end up coming as well over there, and then we'll have that workbench so that we can work on it all the time nicely without having to. And then that can just be storage there. I can buy one lot of storage and we can store all the stuff I need to for that stuff. And yeah, that's how we're going to do about it. So, but anyway, I digress. I'm getting to talking. You're all probably nursing a hangover being New Year's. So let's get into the video today. I'm going to try and mount them all up first so they're in the mounted spots. That's not something I'm going to put on the video. I'm just going to have them mounted ready to go, but then I'm going to run you all through how I'm wiring it all up. There's a particular way to wire these up and hopefully it all works. So right, I've got in here, I've already pre-done a loom for her. If I can find the loom, as you can see there. So these come with a pre-looming sort of kit. Now this is just a positive and negative. This is what's going to go to the positive and negative on the switch on the headlight. These headlights they're just a one globe LED, and they don't actually just go like switch between globes. They just go boom and up and brighter. So but you've still got the switch in the car, so that's what activates this to then tell the lights, yes, we need high beam, you can come on. So I've laid this loom up. We've got this plug, that's what connects into the rest of the loom to say that. We've got a relay, and we've got all the other things. The hardest part, I reckon, I think is going to be doing this finally, getting the black, the negative, getting that sorted, unwrapping all that sort of stuff, and running this switch through the firewall. I hated it doing it last time. It's not going to be fun this time. My hands are going to be all cut up and everything, but in the end of it, you have some nice bright lights. They're going to look really old school MG Rally-esque, but with the modern feel with the LEDs. And then we'll be all sorted, and then you guys can see how to put them on your MG as well, or your modern cars, because the modern cars are different to the older ones. So without further ado, let's get into it. Hope everyone had a good New Year's and Christmas, and let's get going. Righto, as you can see there, they're now mounted, and it's a bit of an effort. You have to cut this. There's no plank, there's nothing there that you have to end up getting a bit of like tin snips. Pull all these off. You will end up having to go under here and undo a multitude of bolts as well, because you will lose your mounting nuts in there. So these are now just going to cut these two here, and then that will hold the wires that hold all this sort of in together. These mounts here are off at Temu. They are a motorcycle LED spotty mount, and basically behind that is just some double-sided tape. Now the double-sided tape's there not to hold it, it's just there to protect this nice shiny sort of thing and stop it. And then as it gets older and they bounce around and whatever, it doesn't scrub into this plastic and then come loose. So that's the idea behind that. Then we're going to be undoing this shamble of a mess here that I had, because I've tried to do it before, sorry. And then I've got to find the black negative, tap into that for the negative. The positive's already here from where I tried earlier, as you can see there. I tapped it off so I can tap into the positive. Then we have positive, negative for the battery, easy. run that through. Now that runs down through here, which you probably can't see, but there's a little plug in there that goes down, and you'll run it. And what I'll do is I'll run it right around here. I've already got a hole that I've tried earlier here like that, so I'll just take that tab out, I'll punch it in there, then I have a separate light for the legalities of things, because you've got to have this switch basically to make it legal. So that's where we're up to. I'm going to grab a quick drink. This is probably one of the best tools. Get these on Temu as well. You'll need this to get all your black plastic things off, that sort of thing, and make it real easy to pop all your plastic tools. Like I said, this one here, you'll have to cut this. Otherwise you can't get your hand, and you'll need someone to hold this back, or you shove your hand in there, do up the nuts, and yeah, that'll be pretty much where we're at. So we'll get the thing undone soon. We'll get the negative wired up. I'm not going to do too much showing of that. I'm just going to do it and then show you the after effect of it. I'm going to try and make all these wires nice and neat in the end, so it looks nice and neat and hidden. So let's get on to that, and I'll show you the next step. Here we go. Right, so they're working somewhat. They work all the time. So what I was hoping wasn't going to happen by running into this loom, the way the loom's set up, and everything, that it wouldn't do that. That's obviously not the case. So now, because what you'd normally do is you'd hook this up to the light, plug into the plug, and then plug into here. I've just simplified it by going positive, 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 negative there, bang, done. So what actually happens at the moment is when the lights come on, spotties come on all the time. That's illegal, we can't have that. So I've got the separate switch, and what I'm going to do basically is just have them in the real dark areas for now. I'll leave my high beams on auto. I usually drive with them off because I think they just delay and they take too long to come up and down and all that sort of thing, but I'll give them another go, see if we can do them in auto. Excuse me while I have something to drink. So then that's one less thing I've got to muck around with for the time being. And then I've got the switch. I've got the switch mounted in a pretty hidden spot sort of thing. It's just down there, as you can see. So basically all I'll do is I'll be driving along and I'll just go flick. The real dark areas, we're all good, we've got the light. And if someone's coming the other way, I can just flick that, and then the auto ones will automatically turn off the high beam. So I don't need to worry about turning off the high beam, playing around with too many switches and things like that. And then what we'll do is, my partner's brother was a mechanic, and he's got the computer. He can go into there and he can program it to say only these come on when we put the high beams on. Any other time they stay off. So that's the plan at this point. Unfortunately, I'm thinking with a lot of these new cars, like he was saying, a lot of these new cars, you can't actually do it. That's why they have such a high powered LEDs in them. But where I live out here, there is, you just go just up there and it gets dark on dusk, dawn, even during the day. We'll have kangaroos in this main street, they'll just be hopping down, like it's in the middle of the grain belt. They're here all the time. And the last thing, I want to be able to see them if I'm going to hit them again. So I'd rather just see them in it. And more to the point, this really just looks good at this point. They just look really like old school MG. They had the spotties on the front, rally style, that sort of thing. So that's why they're going there anyway. And so yeah, now I'm just going to run this one here through the firewall. tidy everything and then run it right round and down there, tidy it all up, and then pretty much that's it. It's done, job done, and we can do another job. I've got to get onto Widger's Raynor. I was trying to install switches for the window, and I pulled the whole entire door apart. I didn't put back the door lock one, so you can't lock the car now when it's driving, which is not safe. So I've got to then pull that apart completely so that I can so he can lock the door and all that sort of thing. So right, I'm going to get onto this, finish this off, and then show you what the lights look like, off on sort of thing, and then yeah, that'll be it. Righto, let's get into running this. Righto, so lights are on, as you can see. Now Widget will turn on the spotties with just the switch. Go for it. So now we've got spotties, 4 days. When he turns the switch off, they turn off. So that's the only way we're going to be able to get it to work, unfortunately, until I can get the partner's brother in to code it, because it's not accepting it. Now, I did everything I possibly could to try and get it to work. That's hot. But yeah, that's pretty much, that's it. It's not going to do what I want it to do, but as you can see here, it's all nicely away. All in there is all really nicely away. You can't see nothing, so it's all hidden. Everything's all hidden, and the switch is all up in here, easy to access. It is high beam set on auto, so they'll just turn on, and pretty much that'll be it. So that's how we're going to have it until we can get it coded correctly. And if we can't get it coded correctly, well, that's just what we're going to have to do, unfortunately. So that's what it is. That's what it is. In the real dark areas, I'll just go drive along and just go flick. Yep, I've got that extra spread of light. I can see the kangaroos, I can see everything around. Oh shit, there's a car coming, flick it off. And then the car will automatically turn the high beams off anyway, so I don't have to worry about that. I'll just leave them on auto. I don't like doing that, I like having them manual because they're a bit slow on this. But look, it might learn and it might get a bit quicker, so that's just how we're going to do. So thank you very much for watching this video. It's a shame we couldn't do a video on War Maiden there, but it is what it is. I've got a heap of stuff to pack up, and I've got Widget's door to do to try and get the lock to work. I hope everyone had a good New Year's, and we will see you on the next video. Right, bye bye.